Hi everyone, people that are still watching. So I got home from Edinburgh yesterday, last night, about 8 o'clock. I had 2 sessions yesterday. My first one was 11:45 and my second one wasn't until 5:30 in the evening. So by the time I got out and actually drove home, it was just about 8 o'clock, 8:30 when I got home. So I've completed 16 sessions in the chamber. My ears have been much better since using those wee earplug things. In terms of me, I definitely feel I'm sleeping better. Definitely been going to bed and falling asleep. Never really had any issues falling asleep. It was staying asleep. So I used to obviously get quite a lot of pain, cramps, jitters, palpitations, really bad palpitations used to wake me up. I actually thought I was dying. That seems to have settled. The jitters still quite apparent if I have, still having good and bad nights. It's not, it's not like I'm all of a sudden sleeping amazingly, but my sleep has definitely improved. And from sleeping better, I feel a bit better within myself. So I obviously came back last night, as I said, around 8 o'clock. I was in work this morning, so my alarm went off at 5:30 this morning and I was up and ready for work. In work at 7:30 I start. I'm a midwife in labour ward and it was a horrendously busy day. We were severely short-staffed and I ended up with quite a few patients. I also ended up scrubbed in theatre for a couple of caesarean sections. So yeah, not the best day to return. So I feel, not going to lie, I'm sitting here. I had great plans. I thought I'll come home tonight, I'll walk the dog, take him out for a wee small walk. And he's still sitting here next to me. Very, very patient is Otis. He's my therapy dog. He's a Labradoodle. And I missed him so much when I was in Edinburgh. I really did. He's the one that's kept me completely sane during all of this. Yeah, I know, you're just the best boy. So yeah, horrendously hard day at work. And because I had to get the 10 days off, I used a week of annual leave and I took Monday to Thursday off, which gave me the 10 days. However, in doing so, I need to work Friday, Saturday and Sunday day shift. It is 12-hour shifts that I work, so I'm not particularly looking forward to that. As I say, bit more energy on the Wednesday in Edinburgh. After one of my sessions, I decided, because I've been going over, they've got a swim centre just across the road from the MS centre, and I had taken myself in swimming. I found that swimming really aggravated my costochondritis pain, which for those who don't know is inflammation underneath your rib cage. I had that quite bad when I had the COVID infection, and when my fatigue is bad and my breathing is all over the place, it flares up. So I get a lot of pain. So I think just breathing differently in the water kind of really aggravated that. Although breathing in the chamber, this is one thing that I found really strange. I struggle to do diaphragmatic breathing. I've always been a kind of using the accessory muscles up here to breathe. But I found when I was in the chamber and I was hooked up to the oxygen that I was able to breathe deeper and more slowly. So I found that really strange, but it made me concentrate more on my breathing whenever I wasn't in the chamber. So I was very conscious of that when I was swimming, because I thought, if I take deeper breaths, I don't know if it was just the fact that because I was getting out of breath just by doing a very gentle breaststroke. The following day I ended up with really bad, as I say, costochondritis pain right across. It was radiating. I normally get it really bad on my right side under my ribs, but it was radiating. It was like somebody had lassoed me and had pulled it really tight every time I was trying to take a deep breath in. It was a murder, to the point where I ended up taking some clocazamol on top of my prescribed duloxetine, because the duloxetine has worked really well for my aches and pains. The GP prescribed it reluctantly. Again, I'd done quite a bit of research into like how duloxetine works, how it can kind of block the pain pathways. And I thought, this is what I need, because I was getting up every morning. Stare, this dog. Was getting up every morning and I just felt like I had been working out constantly all night, and then I would wake up in the morning trying to stand out of bed. My legs were aching, my arms were aching, my neck was sore. I was getting really, really bad tension headaches. Just tossing and turning all night, not feeling rested. I mean, I really was in a bad place. My mental health suffered as well, and that's why I went. A lot of people don't understand why I went back to work, because I had COVID in October 2020, and I returned to work in April. I tried to go back in March, but I had a failed phased return, and then eventually went back in April, and I successfully stayed at my work, and I was working full time until October there last year, where I had my booster and my flu jab, and I collapsed in work with really low phosphate levels. They don't understand what happened. They don't know if it was the vaccine or if it was just something that had happened to me. But I was kept in, given a phosphate infusion IV for 24 hours, and was then released home on phosphate supplements. My calcium dropped, so I then ended up on calcium supplements, all of which are absolutely rotten. Thankfully, all of that seems to have settled. My bloods are normal again, so all of the supplements were stopped. So I still have 4 sessions left in the oxygen chamber, and once that 20 session protocol is finished, I will then do 1 session a week maintenance, and that basically is just to keep me topped up. I can do more than 1 if I want, but I am funding this myself, and I just don't want, I don't really have the money. I was nearly £1,000 for the hotel room, the 20 session protocol, and then obviously food, drink, things like that within Edinburgh, because obviously I had to eat and drink. So yeah, so hopefully once I've done, I definitely started to feel a bit better around session 11, 12, started to kind of feel until that point I thought nothing was working. I thought, I'm sitting in here and this isn't going to work for me. I still felt dreadful. I was dragging myself around. I'd had a relapse in between that as well, but that relapse passed quite quickly, and I don't know if it's because I had persevered with the oxygen therapy as well. But I'm going to cut his loose just now, because my husband has just finished work and he's frantically phoning me. So I'll go just now, and I will update again. My next sessions is Tuesday coming. I've got 2 again on Tuesday, and the following Tuesday I've got another 2. So I'll update then, but I definitely am feeling some benefit from it, most definitely. And I will continue to keep doing these sessions. Okay, bye.